The lunar nodes switch over on January 28th. You realize how close we are to being done with this story? Granted, we have an eclipse in Aries coming up at the end of March. However, very clever, okay? Let's break down a little bit what's been going on with these lunar nodes, the South Node in Libra and the North Node in Aries. Around the time that the South Node entered Libra, it was like mid-summer, July-ish time of 2023. I don't actually know the exact date right now, so you know what? It's around that time period. We're just gonna roll with it. Here we go. Venus was also in a retrograde around that time. Libra is ruled by Venus. So we went through a time period around the start of this story of the previous year and a half of justice, Libra, of feminine archetypes, okay? Intimate relationships. We kicked it off with a big old bang, Venus retrograde. Venus is about to go retrograde over our next eclipse season. We're gonna be feeling some indirectness of this Libra energy still lingering in our stories in the coming months, but it'll be for a closure, a closing, really realizing the work that we've accomplished over the previous year and a half when it comes to our worth and our self-worth and the work that we've really been doing. You know how sometimes you don't realize what you're actually doing when you're in the middle of it and you have to get out of it and look back to be able to have the full clarity of what was really going on? That's our upcoming eclipse season when it comes to the Libra stuff. Mirror work, again, intimate relationships. That could be emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy. Physical also is applicable in that. We had a lot of dark mother stuff going on, dark moon stuff going on. It's like the shadow mother stuff going on over the previous 6-ish months with that also. Lots of dark, shadow, mother, women, womb, body, feminine work. Yeah. Relate how you need to your life. Valid. Very personal, very intimate sort of story, stuff, work going on. I know for me, the beginning of this had me in a chokehold, so I'm grateful that we're gonna be done with it soon. Thanks. That's true. The other part of this is the North Node being in Aries, right? The North Node is about our spiritual purpose way high up in the sky. Doesn't make sense to us. We have to build new skills. We have no real way of getting there. We just know we have to walk. Sometimes a little bit of blind faith, sometimes a little bit of blind prophecy. The stuff that the spirits will bring you that just doesn't make any sense, normally North Node related. With it being in Aries, it's been about new beginnings, new starts, new transformations, and also Aries rules the head. Interesting. New ideas coming through. Also allowing ourselves to be picked up out of situations and placed into a new position. Things that may have been dangerous to us, we are now kind of in the final placement after the previous year and a half. That's actually crazy. Looking at that from a personal perspective and thinking about where I was a year and a half ago, I was honestly one of the darkest times of my life. I may have to sit with that. Interesting. Grateful to have my apartment and my cat and my little desk and my altar set up. Okay, but anyways, keeping going with that. Lots of picking up of the children and placing them in new positions. And also possibly dealing with situations where we had to correct anything that could have been harming children, inner children, children around you. Lots of correction and direction energy with that. That was maybe more difficult to navigate, especially because we had Chiron in Aries for this entire time. Chiron moves kind of slow and it's the wounded healer. So we were asked to, when walking in that North Node, purpose and new ideas and lifting up our kid, our inner kid, the children around us into new and safer positions. We're probably getting triggered while that was happening. Lots of healing going on. Not the easiest time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not super easy. Worth it. Just not super easy. It's also interesting to me that we're ending this with a Mars retrograde happening, and Mars is what rules Aries. So we're having this moment of let's really look back. Let's really see what everything has offered to us. Let's really return to over the previous couple of years and just take some notes. Let's really see who we've become. How have we prioritized things? What have we really accomplished? Mars is war-oriented and centered, so it's go and be crazy. Go fight for it. Go win. Go have your victory. You may have found wherever Mars is and Aries is in your chart some elevations that have been happening for you. So elevating you up and out of some spaces. I'm not saying it was easy work. I'm just saying it was the work that was presented. So, clarity, discernment, how you need it in that area. That's the closing of the story. I'm gonna make another video about what we've got going on for the new lunar nodes. I'll probably do that after I make the podcast. I haven't done that yet. I gotta get that finished. So if you want the bigger update, the one that's gonna take more than however many minutes these videos are, check out the podcast. It'll be up sometime tomorrow. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. We got a couple days of this and then we're done. That's it. It's been fun. Okay, see you later. Okay, see you next time. I am coming out of my lunar node opposition. Get me out of it. Get me out. I'm grateful that I walked through it, and I'm grateful for the clarity, and I'm grateful for, the experience of just realizing where I am, who I become, but apparently, and also, because they go together, even if they're separate. Goodness. The lunar node opposition is like the full moon of the moon cycle, except the lunar nodes are 18.5-year cycles. So it's like nine years into that cycle, you have this like big turnaround shift moment. Get me out of it. Okay. Get me out. Get me out of it. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. The amount of clarity and realizing I am not the person that I thought that I actually was over the previous year and a half that I have had to do. I'm ready to be done. Let me go have a little bit more fun. Let me off this ride? Please, please, please. Almost. But the lunar nodes and the eclipses, they always kind of get to me. I was born in an eclipse season, or like just after it. I was born in a moon cycle that's ruled by an eclipse. So there's that for my personal side of things. And the way that when I was like 18, around the age of 18, and the cycle for me of the next 18 years kicked off, violent, okay? Violent. Get me off of this one. Let's start something else. Let's start something new. There's other work for me to do. I'm tired of what I've been through. May the next 9 years for me be in love and elevation and free. I'm grateful for it. Thank you. Thanks for sitting and talking with me about that. I'll talk to you soon. If you're coming off of a lunar node opposition, we're almost done. We're out. We're signing off. See you later. Keep up your brew. I will too. I'll talk to you soon.